Canada's vast territory, stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific and deep into the Arctic, demands a powerful air force. The Royal Canadian Air Force, or RCAF, has relied on the CF-18 Hornet for decades, patrolling skies at home and supporting allies abroad. But these jets, first introduced in the 1980s, are now aging out. Metal fatigue, outdated systems, and rising maintenance costs are taking their toll. Modern aerial combat has evolved. Today's fighter jets are stealthy, networked, and packed with advanced sensors. The old Hornets can't keep up, putting Canadian pilots and missions at risk. Replacing them isn't optional, it's essential for defending Canadian sovereignty, especially in the increasingly contested Arctic. Canada's commitments to NORAD and NATO also require modern, interoperable aircraft. Yet, the search for a new fighter has dragged on for over a decade, mired in political debate and shifting priorities. This isn't just about buying planes, it's about shaping Canada's military, industry, and alliances for the next generation. The decision will define Canada's role on the world stage, and its ability to protect its own skies. The stakes are high. Security, sovereignty, and the future of Canadian defense all hang in the balance. The time for a decision is now. What jet Canada chooses will echo for decades. Canada's fighter jet replacement saga began with the F-35 Lightning II, as the clear favorite. The Conservative government committed to the F-35, but critics slammed the cost and lack of competition. The Liberals campaigned to cancel the deal and promised an open competition, which helped them win in 2015. Trudeau's government launched a new process, eventually narrowing the field to the F-35 and Sweden's Saab Gripen. In 2023, the F-35 was chosen again, deemed the most capable and best value. But by 2025, a new prime minister and rising tensions with the US led to a review of the full F-35 purchase. Canada was locked into buying the first 16 jets, but the rest of the order was up in the air. The debate reignited. Military leaders and defense experts pushed for the full F-35 fleet, citing technology and alliance needs. Political leaders, however, worried about over-reliance on the US and potential restrictions on parts or software. Alternatives like the Gripen, or even a mixed fleet, were suddenly back on the table. The government faced a deep divide: stick with the F-35, switch to the Gripen, or try to balance both. Each option carried risks for Canada's security, sovereignty, and alliances. The fighter jet file was wide open once more. The final decision would shape Canada's defense for decades. The F-35 Lightning II is a fifth-generation stealth fighter designed to dominate modern battlefields. Its stealth shape and coating make it nearly invisible to radar, giving pilots a critical edge. But its real power lies in advanced sensors and data fusion, turning the jet into a flying command center. The F-35 shares real-time information with allied forces, making joint operations seamless. For Canada, interoperability with the US and NATO is a major selling point. But the F-35 comes with a hefty price tag, both to buy and to maintain. Canada's program costs have ballooned to nearly $28 billion. Critics also question its single-engine reliability for long Arctic patrols. The F-35's strengths are clear, but so are its costs and operational challenges. The debate over its suitability for Canada is far from settled. The choice is as much about strategy as it is about technology. The Saab Gripen E, Sweden's answer to modern air combat, offers a different approach. It's agile, reliable, and designed for easy maintenance, even from remote airfields or roads. The Gripen's low operating costs and resilience make it attractive for Canada's vast, rugged north. Saab promises Canadian assembly and full technology transfer, boosting jobs and sovereignty. But the Gripen isn't a stealth jet, and it's not the standard for Canada's closest allies. Choosing it could complicate joint operations with the US and NATO. Still, its independence and economic benefits appeal to many Canadians. The Gripen is a pragmatic, flexible option, but not without trade-offs. The question, is it enough for Canada's future needs? The F-35 and Gripen offer starkly different paths. The F-35 is more expensive to buy and operate, but brings unmatched stealth and sensor fusion. The Gripen is affordable, agile, and easier to maintain, ideal for Canada's geography and budget. The F-35's global supply chain offers economic opportunities, but little direct control for Canada. Saab Gripen promises domestic jobs and full technology transfer, giving Canada more independence. The F-35 fits a high-tech, deeply integrated alliance model. The Gripen is built for resilience and independent operation. The choice is strategic, deep integration with allies, or greater sovereignty and flexibility. Each jet reflects a different vision for Canada's Air Force. The decision will shape not just military capability, but also industry and national identity. It's a question of priorities, cost, capability, control, or a balance of all three. The answer will define Canada's defense for a generation. The stakes couldn't be higher. The fighter jet decision is as political as it is technical. The F-35 strengthens Canada's alliance with the US and NORAD, but deepens reliance on American supply chains. The Gripen offers more sovereignty and domestic industry, but risks straining ties with Washington. Military leaders favor the F-35 for its capabilities and interoperability. Political leaders weigh economic benefits, independence, and the risks of over-reliance on one partner. A mixed fleet, some F-35s, some Gripens, has been floated as a compromise. But operating two types of jets would be costly and complex, likely outweighing any benefits. The choice is a test of Canada's priorities: alliance solidarity or strategic autonomy. The answer will shape Canada's defense and diplomacy for years to come. Every option carries risks. Committing to the full F-35 fleet means high costs and dependence on US politics. Switching to the Gripen could anger Washington and complicate NORAD operations. Even European jets rely on US-made parts, so true independence is elusive. A mixed fleet sounds appealing, but would create logistical chaos and drive up costs. Delays in making a decision mean Canada's aging CF-18s grow less reliable, widening the capability gap. The longer the debate drags on, the greater the risk to Canada's security and its pilots. The clock is ticking, and the stakes are real. Canada must choose or risk being left behind. In 2025, Canada faces a defining choice. The F-35 means advanced tech and strong alliances, but higher costs and less independence. The Gripen offers sovereignty, jobs, and resilience, but risks alliance friction. The decision is about more than jets. It's about Canada's role in the world. Is Canada a continental defender or an independent middle power? The answer will shape its security, industry, and identity for decades. The world is watching as Canada makes its choice.